been waiting to do for a while, but first we want to talk about just real simple way that we're going to make sure that camp is a fun experience for everybody. All right? How many of you guys would agree that there's some really fun things to do here? Tell me some things you're excited to do. Yeah. Dodgeball. Zip line. The blob. Popcorns. Bob. Party barn.
I should say party barn.
Yeah.
Slides.
Slides.
Zip line.
Zip line. I think we all agree we could probably do this for a while. There's a lot of fun things to be done here, and our goal is for you guys to have the most fun possible in your time here at camp and to grow in your relationship with Christ. That's our goal, those two things. And so what I want to talk to you about this morning is just how we can ensure that you guys have a wonderful time here at camp, creating an environment that we all can feel safe and have a lot of fun. Is everybody okay with that? Yeah. So I'm going to run through just a few rules that we have, and there's not many of them, but just a few rules that we have to make sure that that happens. Okay? The first one is that we'll never disrespect other campers. Never disrespect other campers. And the main way that that plays out is bullying. We do not tolerate bullying here, okay? Everybody okay with that? That's a good rule, wouldn't you say? No bullies allowed at camp. And here's the deal. If you're being bullied, you have a responsibility. Make sure you let us know. Your counselors are going to be asking you, hey, you feel safe? Everything okay? Anybody bullying you? And make sure you tell them if you're not. You don't even have to wait for them to ask. If you're feeling that way, you need to tell them, and we're going to take care of it. Okay? And if you know of somebody being bullied, you guys have a responsibility also. We want to make sure everybody's having fun. It's no fun to be bullied. It's no fun to have other bullies around. And so if you see something like that going on, you need to tell your counselor. Also, even if you're not involved, let your counselor know. We all agree to do that? Good. All right? Some things along the lines of bullying. Shoving, we don't do that. Name calling, not going to call people names. Making fun of people. There's no place for that here. Laughing at people, spitting on people, leaving people out on purpose. We're not going to do that. Those are pretty good rules, wouldn't you say? This is going to create an environment that we can all have a lot of fun. Along those same lines is inappropriate physical contact or inappropriate physical touch. I think you guys all know what inappropriate physical touch would be. That should never happen here at camp. If you're confused about what that might be, what's appropriate, what's inappropriate, you can feel free to ask me or your counselors or leadership guy. There's no room for that here at camp. One counselor from every cabin. Would you go see Coops real quick? One counselor from every cabin. So I think we all know what the appropriate and inappropriate physical touch is. Let me know if you don't. Okay? There's no room for that. Also, disrespecting staff or camp. All right? What that would be is just like blatant defiance to authority. So your counselors or staff says do this, and you just go, nope, not doing that. All right? That's blatant defiance. You guys know what that is. A consistent negative attitude. We're not going to have just a negative attitude over and over and over again. Because that kind of starts to ruin your fun. We don't want you to be in the way of your own fun, so we're not going to allow you to have a bad attitude. A pattern of not following instructions. So your counselors, it may just be little things, but over and over and over again, your counselors are always having to ask you to stop doing something or to help out at cabin cleanup or whatever. You just continue to not do it, be in trouble for that. Refusal to participate or cooperate. What that means, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's some things here at camp that are kind of scary to do, like the zip line. And you may get up there and you go, I'm not ready. I'll be ready later today, or I'll try it again tomorrow. That's okay. You won't be in trouble for that. We want you to try everything because there's a lot of fun things, and you can overcome those fears and jump off the tower or go down the zip line. You know, you'll have a lot of fun. But what we're talking about when you refuse to participate or cooperate, that would be something that's not scary. You're just not going to participate. You're choosing to just sit on the side and not be a part of the things that your cabin are a part of. We're not going to allow that, okay? Not going to class or being late. You guys have probably figured it out, but you'll get a schedule every day. And from that schedule, you'll know where you're supposed to be each period. Just make sure you go and you'll be fine. Destroying facility or property. That would be writing your name in places you shouldn't write it. Some of you guys have probably seen in your cabin some names that are written up there. You guys get to write your name one time in your cabin, okay? And so a lot of guys will wait till the end of the term and ride in their cabin. Make sure it's inside the cabin, not outside. Okay? Another thing, sometimes guys will go to the bathrooms. We had an instance of this summer, and I hope we don't have any more instances of this, but where they went to the bathroom and they did some things like with shaving cream and stuff like that in the bathrooms and made a mess. They were in trouble for that because we don't destroy facility or property. Taking equipment like a tennis racket, banging it against a pole or something, that'd be breaking property. We're going to ask that you take care of all of our equipment just like it was your own, or maybe even better than your own, if you have a tendency to tear stuff up. Okay? Inappropriate language. I think we all know what that is, and some of you guys, maybe there's some words that you're used to using at home that we don't even allow here because we set the bar really high here and we want to be as far above reproach and above board as we can. And so your counselors will help you with that if you have a hard time knowing which words are appropriate here at camp. But I think for the most part, everybody will know what inappropriate language is, and we aren't going to have that. Dishonesty. Dishonesty would be things like lying, or cheating, or stealing. Okay? We don't do that here. Contraband. What's contraband? Anybody know? Yeah.
Just stuff you're not allowed to have.
Yeah, stuff that you're not allowed to have here at camp. Things like electronics, cell phone, money. You should have turned all that kind of stuff in. Candy. Some of you guys might have accidentally had some of that still in your trunk and it hasn't been turned in, or maybe some of you guys were thinking about even keeping it. That's okay. Today, you have a free pass. You can turn that in today. You won't be in trouble. You find it and you're like, oh man, I didn't know I had that. Or maybe even tomorrow you go, oh, I didn't know I had that. I forgot. Turn it in to your counselors and you'll be fine. Okay? That's contraband. Also along those lines are secrets. Guys, secrets, we just don't do secrets here at camp. There's really no such thing as a good secret. So if someone says, hey, keep this secret, no, I'm not going to have secrets. Okay?
A surprise party.
Surprise party? Well, that wouldn't really be a secret. A secret that we're talking about is maybe something just between you and one other person. But if like your whole cabin knows, like it's a cabin deal, that's a surprise party, that's appropriate. But I think you guys know what inappropriate secrets might be. I'll take more questions in a moment. Or just any violation of any other camp rules. All right? There's some other camp rules you guys will know about. And if you violate those, then you'll be in trouble for that. Well, here's how we do things here at camp, because like I said, we don't want you to get in the way of other people's fun. We don't want you to get in the way of your own fun. And so if you're violating some of these policies that we've laid out, and here in a moment, your counselors are going to get these, and you're going to sign that you understand these things. That you understand appropriate touch and inappropriate touch. You understand that there's no fighting or bullying. You understand that there's no secrets, things like that. You'll sign this, and yep, I can abide by that. And then if you violate these policies, what we do, so you're not getting in the way of your fun or other people's fun, what we're going to do is we're going to just remove you from the everyday flow of camp. You're going to spend time working around here. There's a lot to do. It's a big facility, if you haven't noticed. And so there's plenty of work that needs done. And so what you'll do is you'll work for a specific amount of time. And then if you have a good attitude, you do the work, and you change, your behavior changes, then you jump back into the everyday flow of camp. We call it the pit, because it's kind of the pits that you're working and not playing. All right? You guys have any questions about any of this stuff here? Yes, sir. Yeah? Well, a secret that's personal you want to tell your counselor. Here's the deal. Your counselor, you can share things with your counselor, but your counselor's not going to have any type of secret that's not okay to tell your parents. Okay? Your counselors are probably going to tell your parents stuff just because it's good for you. Alright? And they want to help you. That makes sense? If you're comfortable with your parents knowing, then that's okay. They're not going to go, oh, that's your secret, I'm going to tell the whole cabin. No way. That's really not a secret, because it'd be something that's private between you, your counselors, and your parents, or the directors of the camp, but it's not like just only us two people know, okay? Good question. Any other questions? Guys, I hope we don't have to deal with any of this stuff. We will all have a really wonderful camp experience if everybody stays inside these boundaries that we've laid for you right here.